What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be doing an oil change on our 350Z. It's going to be the first time we're doing it, so it should be an experience. I'll take you guys along for the ride, but it should be just like every other oil change on the planet. It should just be comprised of changing the oil pan plug and then changing the filters, obviously, and then putting in fresh oil afterwards. A couple little steps that you always want to make sure is make sure the top comes up from the front. That way you can make sure you can refill the oil. That way you're not stuck with a car without oil. God forbid that doesn't open up. So let's go ahead and check that out. Let's see where we're at. It's down here, just in case you need to know for some reason. There we go. So grab that, move over here, and then let's go ahead and open up the engine compartment. Alright, so here we have our engine bay of our 2008 350Z. We have our HR motor, as we can see. We have here just our dipstick, and then we have right here is where we're gonna fill the oil from. So let's make sure this opens up. There we go, very easily. Open that up, there you go. And we'll leave it open so it's easier to drain later. And then this as well, checked it the other day. The good thing with these HR motors, they don't burn oil, and yeah, I haven't had any oil burning issues. So yeah, let's put this in and get this going. This is the part everybody always loves, jacking up the car. It's fairly simple and straightforward, like everything else in this automotive space. That's simple, at least. When you get more complex, it gets a little crazy, but should be very straightforward. We're gonna go look underneath, see if we find any pinch holes or anything like that, raise them by that, and then we got the jack stands to place everything on, just so we have a nice platform, nice raised platform to work off of. So let's go down there, check it out, and go from there. So it's time to jack up the car. From the research I've done online, I'll hopefully toss up the image right here. These are the jack points that we should be using. So for this, we're going to be using the front to lift up the front, and then we're just going to put the jack stands right into the two spots that are indicated in that picture there. So let's get started. Also, hopefully this jack stand is low profile enough to get to that jack stand in the front under the engine. Otherwise, we're going to have to use some blocks or something. I do have ramps. I'm just being lazy right now. So if we need to use the ramps, we'll use the ramps. Alright, I don't really see it, so we might just end up using the ramps just for right now, because I really don't see it. That's the other option. I raise it up for the subframe. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. Side's up, we're just going to get the other side up. We use the jack on that side and then the ramp on this side. So we can do the same thing for the other side. Alright, so we're off the ground. It took about 8 minutes with filming, so we should be like more like 5 or 6 next time we do it. So yeah, let's go ahead and drain the oil and go to the next steps. Actually, I'll probably show you what it looks like underneath there. I'll take a look as well. Let's go. So this is gonna be my first time really using this thing, so let's go underneath here and take a look at what we have. I don't fit. I'm too fat. Okay, so we'll try to look from here. Okay, so, oh my gosh. So I accidentally recorded this little section in slow-mo, so I don't have the audio, but I still want to tell you guys where the oil pan plug and the filter are. As you can see, they're right here in between the two front wheels. If you look, there's a little window where you can access both the plug and the filter. Fairly easy. You might have to take out a couple screws just to make sure it's a little bit easier to grab, but yeah, there it is. Alright, so let's go down there and crack this bad boy open. It's fairly easy. Okay, not that bad. It's pretty easy. It was not that seized up, so go ahead and let this guy drain for a little bit, and then we'll come back to it. So yeah, here we have the new plug, and it comes with these plastic washers, I guess, these days. I've never really seen them in plastic, but interesting. That needs to be torqued down to 22 pound-foot, so I'm gonna go grab my torque wrench and torque it down to spec. Alright, so got my torque wrench torqued down to 22 pound-foot. Grab the socket off of this bad boy, toss it onto this guy. Listen for the click. There we go. 22-pound-foot. There we go. So the oil's pretty much all drained out of here at this point, but now we have to get rid of the filter. So I don't have the proper oil filter wrench, or socket, whatever you want to call it, but I do have one of these things, so we're gonna go ahead and just take it off. For now, we're just gonna take it off with this guy, and then we'll go from there. Alright, we might have to, let's see, if these fit luckily, or if we're gonna be a little, yep, we're gonna be a little annoyed. So let's go grab a screwdriver, a Phillips, I guess. Let's see if classic 10 mil will take care. Yep, there we go. Nice. It's a 10 mil, of course it is. So we got the oil filter off. Now we're just gonna grab it. Let's drain it for a bit. We're gonna install the new one. All right. So as you can see, grab the old oil filter. There's a bunch of oil in it. I'm gonna let that drain there for a second. We're gonna grab the new one. Let's see the new oil filter. Went with the K&N one. I'm just gonna grab some old oil. This guy and this guy, using that. Oops, wrong side. Using that and just hand tightening it in. So I'm gonna wipe this down before we go in, just so it's a little bit nicer. Not completely covered in oil. This is nice. Pass that over. Alright, we got that on, nice and tight. Not too tight, but tight enough. Now, last step is going to be to refill the oil. So let's go ahead and do that. The oil plug is torqued down to 22-pound-foot. Now the filter is also nice and hand tight, so we want to now replace the oil. It should be right above 5 liters, just because we can't fully empty these things out. I'm going to start off by putting around 4-ish, and then we'll use a dipstick to see where we're at, and then go from there. Around 2.5 right there, and we're gonna keep this gear on. Should be plenty more space there, but we're just gonna check it real quick. Oh yeah, got a little bit to go still. We knew that, we just wanted to check. It's right on the low end, so we want to fill it up right to the middle, a healthy amount for sure. You don't want to be too close to the high. That looks like right in the middle there. Yep, if you can see that. Not sure you can, but that's like right in the middle there. So So we're just gonna go ahead and top it off just a little bit, just so it's right beyond that point, and then we should be good. You could always fill more. It's always a lot tougher to drain, so take your time on this last couple steps. You don't want to overfill these things. So start off clean. Down in there. Grab it. Perfect. That's right where you want it to be. Oop, that's right where you want it to be. See that? Right there. So perfect. Take this, wipe it down, cap it off. There we go. This shouldn't have gotten anywhere theoretically. Let's just close this on up. Go. All right, so there we have it, a 350Z. All the oil changed out. Take it off the jacks and give it a start real quick, and then make sure the oil's good. And we kept it a little bit low, so that way we could get some running through the engine, and then we can check where the levels are at, and then top off as necessary. So let's go ahead and put everything back together down there and take it off the jacks. All right, so we're all changed up. We got the car back down on all fours, and we got the car started. So it's just warming up so we can get the oil cycling through a little bit, and then we're gonna go ahead and check the dipstick to make sure that our oil levels are at the right height. And then once we verify that, we can make sure to button everything else up, and we're done. So yeah, that was a pretty easy process. We're gonna go ahead and, like I said, do the things I just said. So let's go ahead and check. Actually saw it looked pretty good, but now that we're looking at it, we can see that's a lot lower than where we had it. So we're just gonna top it off a little bit, just so we have no worries. So let's go ahead and dip this back in. Grab this guy, open it back up. Sit, grab it, and that's looking a lot better. That looks right where we had it earlier. So if you can see, that's looking pretty good right there. So we'll go ahead and pop this back in. We have it, 350Z, oil all done. We looked underneath, nothing dripping either, so we're good. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. Till next time, peace. See you next one.